I don't ever remember meeting him, like actually meeting him, but he started going to my church, Cornerstone, or Gateway at the time.
We went there on a candlelight, I think it was the candlelight Christmas service was the first time we went.
Apparently he remembers, and he tells me this story all the time. I guess we had this kids program that I don't even remember at all, but I was little, and we had some Christmas program and we were singing, and he had come in with his family, but that was the first time they'd ever been in our church, so they were just visiting.
She was older, so she was like in charge of it, you know, she's only like, what, she couldn't have been older than like 9 or 10. And I was new there, and someone had told me to go with the kids stuff, but they didn't know that they were like getting ready to come out.
We had been rehearsing for months, but he didn't know what he was doing, and so like we line up to go perform in the like big church with the parents, and then like, you know, I was very type A and stuff, so I was just like complaining to the teacher.
I was like crying, I was like really afraid, and then Michaela comes, she's like, and she was all mad because I didn't know what was happening. She's like, what are you doing here? Where are you supposed to be? And I was all freaked out and I didn't know what to do.
I guess I was making him feel really embarrassed. Then I guess I went up to him and I was like, do you even know the songs? And he was just like, no, I've never been here before. And I was like, but then you can't sing.
And so I got sent back with my parents, and that was kind of funny.
Anyways, I was trying to get him kicked out of the choir. So that's the first time we met, I guess.
Michaela's my older sister, 3 years older. Growing up with Michaela was a lot of fun. When we grew up, when we got older, we really became best friends, so that was a really great thing to be able to have my older sister as my best friend.
I just remember like a lot of crazy, fun, good times, a lot of hard work, and we always joke about that, like that my dad had us working like as soon as we could hold a hammer, which wasn't exactly true, but kind of true. We always did everything together as a family, which I think now that I'm getting older, I have learned like how much that's going to impact on me and kind of adopted in my life. Like even if whether like kid activity, like we always did everything together. And so when I was little, like my dad would drag me to church work days where it was all like old men, or like men, not men, but like it was all men, and then just like drag me along and we'd be like pouring concrete, me and my little sister, and just a lot of good times.
I think Spencer and Michaela are really perfect for each other. I really think that God brought them together and it's for the best. Michaela can be kind of a fireball, and Spencer is a really calm guy, so I think they really balance each other out. They just bring out the best in each other, and I think that's really great, and I know they really love each other, and they're really good for each other.
We just started becoming such good friends, and like, I never even entertained the idea that I might like him, but he was so easy to talk to, and I never like experienced that with anyone else before.
Then there was one night I was dragging my feet, like I knew I needed to ask her, like define the relationship type thing, and I was not getting around to it, and I wanted to for like 2 weeks. I was like, I don't know what to do. Do I call? Do I go over to her house? And one night I was talking to her, or she texted me and said, can I call?
I didn't even know what's going on once for all, and I just kept waiting for him to say something, and waiting for him to make a move, and waiting for him to talk to my dad.
So I picked up the phone and she was like, hi, how you doing? Oh, good.
I'm not trying to like push you or be the leader of this relationship, but like, you have to tell me what's going on because I am crazy about you and I'm getting jealous of these other girls just because you sit next to them.
Oh man, what a relief. So then we just like talked about it and we're like, yeah, I like you too. Yeah, let's see where it goes.
That was kind of the beginning of our relationship, even though we couldn't date yet. We were very committed to each other at that point, and basically like, we're gonna make this work unless God chooses differently. We're nuts about each other.
The next year we went through the process of figuring it out, and then we started like being serious summer of my junior year, and then a year later we were Facebook official, and then we got engaged a year after that, so yeah.
He was always funny. That's the one thing I always remember our whole childhood. Like, he was hilarious, even when he was like 8 years old.
I was the oldest, so until I was 4 I had free reign of the place, and it was really nice. My sister came along when I was 4.
Being friends with Spencer was like every day waking up in the morning and eating a sandwich made of awesome and hilariousness, and that just prepared you for the day.
Spencer is definitely a very cool person. He's funny, he knows how to have a fun time. It makes any event a fun time, and he's definitely someone you can talk to. He's someone that's there for you and always help you out.
High school was all about music. Started playing drums and found a really good guitarist and bassist when I was like 13, and then that was basically the end of whatever sports aspirations that I had or wanting to be a scientist or anything other than doing music. My parents always put up with my practicing and stuff, and yeah, it was a really good environment to grow up in. Very loving, very supportive, and always keeping me on the right track when I started to get off or started focusing on wrong things.
One story that I'll probably always remember is when we were on our Washington, D.C. trip in 8th grade, we were on a bus coming back from some event, and me and him just thought it would be really funny to make up a song in French, and we were just repeating like random phrases in English that we thought would sound really, really funny in a French song, and I've probably never laughed that hard before, ever. And the lady sitting in front of us was like, "Please stop laughing so loud." It was really funny.
The proposal thing, it feels like a one-up fest sometimes. Like someone's like, "Oh, I have a full choir and orchestra. Oh, I wrote her name in the sky." Like I was like, okay, I don't know an orchestra, nor could I pay them, and I don't have access to an airplane. I had my choir tuxedo. Was kind of cheesy, but it was like the nicest thing that I had. And then like just set up my computer and like made this video, like my preamble to why I want to marry you type of stuff. And then like made that the night before. It was like super, I kept deleting it because I thought I looked stupid and I didn't like what I said.
He had invited me over for to watch a movie or something.
So we drove back to my house and I put in It's a Wonderful Life, the old like Christmas movie.
I was like, why are we watching this in the middle of July? And so I kind of started like cluing in, something weird was going on, but I hadn't connected the dots yet. And I was like, why are we watching this? And he was like, I don't know. And I was like, you don't even have this movie, where did you get this? And he was like, from your dad. And then I thought something was really weird, so I was like, you got this movie from my dad? When did that happen? He was like, oh, when you were at work. And I was like, you went to my house and got this movie. That's the thing about Spencer, you can't lie, you know? So all those things were true.
I got all freaked out. I was like, oh, I just blew it.
And then he just like jumped up, because I think he's getting really nervous, so I still didn't know what was going on. So he just like jumped up all of a sudden, and he switched the inputs on the TV, and all of a sudden, it was this DVD he had recorded, and it was him on the TV.
And I was like, oh honey, I wonder what this is. This is pretty weird. You should watch it by yourself. And then like, I hit play and like ran out of the room.
Then it sunk in, and I was like, what is going on here? But I was super excited. I basically knew what was going on.
There's so much more than I could have ever imagined, and I could have ever asked for.
In the video, like at the end, it says like, I have an important question to ask you, but I figured I should probably do it in person. And then I like do that in the video, and then I like, oh, it came out of the corner.
It's very sweet and romantic, and he said a lot of really sweet things in the video, and he said a lot more really, really sweet things in real life.
And then I just like knelt on one knee and was like, Michaela, will you marry me? And she said yes, and it worked.
The reason why we fell in love is just his heart for God and his heart for me. I mean, he's just, we kind of joke about it sometimes, but honestly, like, he's just such a lover by nature, like, not just in a romantic sense, but of everything. He just is a passionate person who just unabashedly loves what he cares about. When he loves something or sets his mind to something, he throws himself into it 110%. And that's why he loves God, and ultimately that's the bottom line for me.
At this point, like, I don't know what I would do without her, and it's just such a, I don't know, it's such a God thing, it's such a blessed thing. The thing that I'm most excited about being married is just, you know, having our lives together. It's our official start of, like, this is the Spencer and Michaela chapter where we're still with our families, but we're our own little family. And just kind of being our own family unit and being on our own. Like, while it's kind of scary because, you know, you never know what's really going to happen with finances and life happens and things like that. I'm just really excited for us to be kind of tackling it together.
What I'm most excited about, I think, about being married is just the day-to-day of doing things together and not being apart and just like always being able to be together. We're just in it together and it's just us, and we don't have to say goodbye and part ways at night, and just everything we do, that we can do it together and continue to just grow together, and super excited to just be our own little family and have each other depend on 100% all the time, and just not have to say goodbye every night. So,
like, who has this? Like, this, I feel like the more we hung out, the more we got to know each other, like, the more I saw, like, who she was and how I am and kind of how we complement each other.
He's amazing. He's funny. He's, like, terribly sweet to me all the time. He's genuine. He's honest. He's a really good provider. He's a hard worker. Just a million reasons why we love him.